Knon 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to knon.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.
We'd like to say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion, Barnett, your host. We each and every Saturday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on Knon 89.3 FM, the voice of the people. Like to say happy Father's Day to all worthy fathers out there. Happy Father's Day. Hopefully, you have a great day on tomorrow. I feel great myself. I got two grandsons, two twins came and say good morning to them, Christian and Elijah Barnett. He's my baby boy, Anthony's sons. I feel great, just feel great. Them looking at those little rascals, they already got wide shoulders. Sprinter's legs. Oh, boy, I'm just all fired up. And so good morning to them, he and his wife, and Chastity. Chastity used to produce my show a few years ago. Some of you might remember her. And just feel great, And I want fathers. I want children called in, mothers called in, fathers called in. Tell about how good a father your father is, or your father was. Was he a good father, good man? We want to hear something about good men this morning. We'll even call your father and say, happy Father's Day. It just feels great. I know you all do not celebrate, nobody do celebrate Father's Day like Mother's Day. At some point in time, it almost seemed like just an afterthought from Mother's Day. But fathers are very important. I was watching the TV here about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and these feminists was on there, and they admitted they were wrong. Children do need their father. They do need their father in their lives. Children do. They admit it. They used to teach that a father was not needed. Father, a good, strong mother can raise the children by herself. In other words, God did not know what he was doing. I guess that's what women have and some men have said. This is not true. Girls need fathers, to my opinion, as much, if not more, than sometimes than boys do. Boys he's always going to try to show his manhood, even if he wants to be like his father, but he's going to show some separatism from his father just to make himself feel like he's his own man. Girls will tend to be like mothers. Young men out there, if you are looking at a young lady, not in all cases, but I guarantee you in 90% of the cases, if you want to see what kind of woman she's going to be, look at her mother. Girls tend to be more like their mothers than you can't really monitor boys in that sense. Will he be like his father? Boys sort of will stray away. It may come back years later, but girls are more like a mother. If you see a girl's mother, that's more than like what that young lady gonna be like. And Nilla, get on it, get the mic.
Good morning, Reverend Barnett.
Good morning. Are you similar to your mother?
I am, actually. We're almost exactly alike.
And my father always told me that.
Really?
Yeah, as a youngster, he said, now, if you want to know what that girl's going to be like, just go look at her mother. Check her mother out, check her mother attitude and everything. That's what she's going to be like. Now, I found that to be true in 8, 9 out of 10 cases.
Oh, wow.
It's true. Girls, I don't know what it is. Why girls just seem to be just like their mothers. They seem to take an attitude. But then again, I look at my daughters. I have one daughter that's very similar to her mother. I have another daughter just like me. But I find it's more true than often that a girl will be like their mothers. Boys, you can't case.
Really?
No. Some boys will want to be like their fathers, but men seem to be more individualistic. I don't know what it is. It's hard to tell.
Do you think boys sometimes take after their mothers, too?
Oh, Lord, I hope not. But I guess...
That's terrible.
Well, does boys take after their mothers?
Sometimes.
I've never thought about that.
Maybe their softer side might take after
The
their
softer
mother.
side? Now, there are some boys, you have to admit, and some of them are very successful who take after their mothers rather than their fathers. And once I began to think about it, a lot of the guys, some of the most successful people I know are more like their mothers than they are their fathers. Now, they're heterosexuals, though. You know, I'm not talking about homosexuality, but they're heterosexuals, and they have more of a thinking attitude, and they seem to be very, very successful. I really hadn't really thought about it, but once I think about it, it's true. It's just, I think both parents are needed.
I think so, too.
Give a child a choice, even if it's a subconscious choice. He'll see something. If he's smart, he can get the best out of both sides. Take the best. Now, it could be a tragic situation if he take the worst out of both sides.
Right.
But if he's got a good father, good mother, and he can take the good traits from both sides, the male and the female, if he can be a man that's strong and get up, go protect, work, and, just take care of his family, but at the same time he can be loving and kind, and, well, in some ways soft on that side, taking the best from both sides, because I've always looked at a family as, in most cases, the mother's the heart, the father's the head. Mm-hmm. And that seems to work well. But now we've been attacked. This has been attacked over the last, when does this start? Late 60s, early 70s. That type of modeling has been attacked severely. And it seemed to work so well, but why would you want to destroy it? And I don't know, maybe someday we'll go back to that type of modeling. With the attack, we now, Dallas is the divorce capital of the world.
Is it?
Yeah, there are more divorces percentage-wise than Dallas any place on earth.
I did not realize that.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I thought you would know something like that.
No, I thought it was, last I had heard it was a little city in Arkansas, and then there was some in Oklahoma, too, that had really high divorce rates.
No, Dallas is number one, and has been, they had this distinction for all probably 30 years.
Why do you think that is?
Dallas is a pink collar town.
Pink collar?
This is my thinking. Women seem to advance extremely well in Dallas.
There are a lot of opportunities for women here.
There are a lot of opportunities. I don't know of no city have greater opportunities for women than Dallas. And seems as if when women are doing exceptionally well financially, I don't know whose fault it is. I'm not landing on women. I'm not saying it's men. but it somehow it seems to put a lot of families, a lot of relationships in jeopardy. And I don't know. And Dallas have had this distinction. Women have done well. See, it first started back in the late 50s, early 60s in Dallas, when you had places when women first started to going to work, coming out of their home. They had a place called Texas Instruments. It's still here in Dallas.
Yep.
Okay. They began to employ women in mass numbers.
Okay.
You had Collins Radio. You had several jobs. There was started this assembly line, light assembly, and women started getting jobs in mass numbers in Dallas. And as they seemed to begin to prosper, it seemed like the divorce rate just skyrocketed. I don't know why. Maybe they were in an unhappy situation, in an abusive home, and this is the opportunity to leave, or else maybe the money went to their head. I don't know. But it seems to have really, it skyrocketed in Dallas, and Dallas have, so many other opportunities have come along since then. The city has changed greatly in the last 50 years. It has changed greatly. And women, in many cases, can get better jobs than men, get paid more. And a lot of times men can't live with that. A lot of times men just can't bear it, and it causes friction. And I don't know. But we do need to get our fathers back in the home and raising children, because America will not stand with a lot of children running wild, not doing the things we have to do. Obesity is one of the big problems. That's because if you look and see how women, poor people, you would never dream they were hungry, because so many poor people are fat. It's not the it's the diet, fast food, food that's not healthy, that causes you to be fat, and we call that healthy, but that's not that's not really healthy. A healthy person is a person that you got to put weight and height in proportion. You got to put it in proportion, and I don't know. When you eat bad, it's not good, and it just causes obesity, and that's a problem. And I really applaud the First Lady of the United States of America. She sees this problem. She's trying to work with it. Although we got some right-wing conservatives, well, we'll just fight her on. I don't care whatever she come up with. It's just, they're going to fight it. And they know it's true. You take a physical education out of school. Hey, a physical education when I was going to school was a big part of school.
Mandatory.
Sure, it was mandatory. You had to run. You had to do things, exercise.
Can't even graduate high school without
you had to have so many
2 credits of PE or 2 seasons of a varsity sport or something.
Yeah. But now you got children that can go to school 12 years. No physical education. No required physical exercise of anything. And once you get that mass like this, if we're able to break out, say in 10, 15 years now, in another ground war, could we fight it? With a whole bunch of people overweight. You can't do it. They used to would not even take you into the military. I don't know if they would now, if you're overweight. Well, what would they have to choose from? We need to get our children back in physical exercise. And that's one thing fathers can do. Mm-hmm. Fathers. And he has so much pride, he wants to work his sons. A lot of times your daughters are athletically gifted, just your children, just working with them and running and playing and having a good time with them. These are things your children will never forget. So y'all call us at 972-647-1893 for this first hour. So I want to talk about fatherhood and relationships with his children and How does he love his children? How does he show his love for his children? And what does he do? It's not all the time money.
No, it's not. And even if the parents aren't together, it's so important for fathers to co-parent with the mother and be in the child's life without the friction that can come. It's just has such a big impact on the child. And they can come up so much more together than if they just see arguing all the time.
Yeah, but see, a lot of times with that, the children are used as sort of a football.
They are.
They kick backwards and forth, and they use the children to fight one another. And guess who suffered the most in that?
I know. You got to be bigger than the pettiness.
Yeah. It's so important. And y'all give us a call, 972-647-1893. What do you, come on in, say something good about your father. Call in and talk. Say something. Would you like to have a relationship with your father? Would you love your father? Say something good. 972-647-1893. We're up against a break, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back on Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host. And you're calling, she's gathering everybody's calls now. You want to say something about your father, say something nice, please. If it's nasty and you just got to get it off your chest, I really don't want to hear it, but I will accept it. You can't always get what you want. But I would love to hear some nice things. Because all of y'all didn't have bad daddies. Everybody didn't have a bad daddy. There are children out there that had good daddies. You can go and catch that on 2 and let the line.
Okay, we have Tony on 4.
We got Tony on 4? Okay, all right, okay. Good morning, Tony.
How you doing, Rambo, man?
Fine, how are you this morning?
All right.
Good.
Well, my father was married to my mother 35 years until he passed away.
He passed away how long ago?
2005.
2005. Oh, okay, that's been 8 years ago. He's been gone 8 years.
Yes. And, he did more at 21 than I did. He was a Vietnam veteran. He got drafted. He didn't volunteer. He was a Black Panther. You know, a good father, everything wasn't perfect, but he was there. I remember years ago, he was working in South Dallas at TAL, a roofing company. And when he got his check, he would take me and my brother go to Church Chicken, buy some chicken. And back then, they had a monkey bar gym, like a space ship by the South Dallas, West Dallas Community Center.
Okay.
And he was, for that little period of time that he had with us, he would spend time with us in other place. And I remember 70, 77, 75, we had a big snowstorm. And they had a party at my mom and dad's house, but he took me outside to enjoy the snow.
Oh, yeah. You remember stuff like that, playing out in the snow with your daddy and doing things just, and you notice I've noticed something that will stick more in your memory than him giving you some money, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, I was 7 years old when that, 7 years old when that happened. So, and then, one of the things I do miss is this. I wish I had him here to ask him, because I have a son. And there's a lot of questions I want to ask, at this time, what was you thinking, what was going on? And that treasure of knowledge that he developed,
right?
I don't have at my disposal, And so I just want to give that story and I'll do this over.
Well, I'm so glad you did. And just certain things, memories you have with your father, and a lot of guys, a lot of ladies, your father's still alive. You need to call and say something good about him. Say something good about him. All righty, 972-647-1893. Nilifer is going to make some coffee. I guess I can get this on I just punch that in, and all righty. Let's say, that's Freddie. Good morning, Freddie. that threat strong in your house that when the mother would say,
absolutely,
I'm going to tell your daddy when he gets home?
That's it. Here's the thing with us, though, Pastor, which was wrong and which was really child abuse. She wouldn't tell him till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning when she got up to use the restroom. And she would wake him up, and we'd be in there snoring, sleeping. All of a sudden, we getting whooped. And when I got older, I said, Dad, why did you come in and whoop us at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning? She said, when your mother got up to use the restroom, she come back in there and wake me up and tell me, you're supposed to be whooping them kids. And he would come in. So it didn't take
he's
long
mad then because he got woke up early in the morning.
Exactly. So it didn't take long to stop making Mama mad so she wouldn't tell Dad.
Yeah.
So let me give you an update, Pastor, on the Tobias Mackey case was settled this week.
Okay.
And it didn't make the news. The amount of dollars was not very, very much. It's an unfortunate situation, but now we're going to pursue the criminal part of this DPD officer who killed Tobias Mackey.
Right.
And so next week you'll be hearing about the settlement. I'm sure it's going to go citywide. It wasn't. They paid this family less than they paid the gentleman that just got beat the other day.
Well, I'm looking here on the Metro page. Here's one suit that was sold for $900,000.
That's it. $900,000 for taking his life. And
but Tobias Mackey's life was not worth that.
Well, that's what they're saying. Well, the suit you're looking at is Tobias Mackey.
Is this what they paid Tobias?
$900,000. But the gentleman that you got beat on TV the other day, they gave him $1 million. So quick.
And didn't have to wait all this time.
Didn't have to wait all this time, but with Tobias Mackey, they gave him $900,000, and that was based on something that had absolutely nothing to do with why he was being killed and why he got gunned down.
I see the rest of the story on page 7B in the morning news. It was not. His name is not even called on the first page.
Oh, it's not.
No, that's why I didn't know who it was.
Yes, Tobias.
Yeah,
they may have mentioned something
Susan
that I
Hutchinson, an attorney for Mackey, said Friday, but it is this situation. I just think it was the best for everyone involved. I guess she's talking about the amount of money or whatever. The civil case gave Mackey's family their long-awaited day in court. Well, they did have their day in court. Go right ahead.
I think she said that because it was based on what the city of Dallas tried to bring up. They tried to bring up the history and the relationship between Tobias Mackey and his mother's baby, which had absolutely nothing to do with the murder of this young man. They tried to bring up the fact that he may have had drugs in his system, which had absolutely nothing to do with this police gunning him down. This police simply came in and gunned him down.
Okay, now, what has happened to this policeman?
Not a thing has happened to him.
Is he still out there on the streets?
Well, he's not with the DPD officers anymore, but they didn't take his T-close license, so he could be a police somewhere else. But at the end of the day, the taxpayers, we're the ones that's spending this money. This money is coming out of taxpayers' money. And so as we continue to pay for every time these police officers make a mistake, nobody's saying a word because they're not letting the citizens know. If we're going to pay this kind of money, why can't this officer be indicted for a crime that he committed?
And go to prison.
And go to prison, but yet taxpayers are study being out of money, and they don't know that, and the city's not advertising that. But that $1 million that they just paid out, and this $900,000, which is close to another $1 million, it's coming out of our pockets.
Those are our tax dollars, yes.
Those are our tax dollars, and the officers are walking away and going to be police in other cities, and nothing is happening to us. They said that the mayor, and they asked, why did all this come down? And they said the mayor had a task force. Well, when they got in the trial and they asked, who came up with the task force? Everybody denied anything about the mayor having some task force. And so if it was something that the mayor said, it didn't go through the policies and procedures that it probably should have, because everybody got on that stand and denied it. Chief Brown got on the stand for 2 hours and acted like he didn't even know anything about the investigation.
Man, that's sad. I tell you what, we're up against a short break, and thank you for your call, Preacher.
All right.
And we'll talk later. We'll be right back. All right, we're back on Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host, and LaFleur is producing. And you can reach us at 972-647-1893. We're talking, this first hour, we're talking about fathers. And we got one of the great stories, but one of the sad stories is a dichotomy. I look at the Johnson family, the father, Gory Johnson, his sons, I know both the boys, both young men, won the state championship, which is a great feat in Texas, in their division in basketball this year. Both young men. In fact, Snoop have won the state championship the last 3 or 4 of the last 4 years. He won of those three of the last 4 years. He'd been the state champion at Kimball High School. His brother was at Madison High School. Father, athletic director, following footsteps, highly successful, but yet and still, some way, somehow, they fired all 3 of them. Fired the father and the son at Madison, and then they said the son at Kimball wrote something on Facebook or something. I read it. I didn't see anything greatly offensive about that, no threats. But because you had this reporter from Channel 8, have been after them for a long time because they are black and they are winners. They're winners. Broke no rules. That's is an unwritten rule. But why would you fire the athletic director? Okay, if you don't like the other 2, if you promised to get the one at Kimball, you promised you'd get him a couple years ago, and you all of a sudden you keep writing negative stories when you back off of those stories from Highland Park and Southlake and Allen and different suburbs. When you catch them in the wrong, you back off. But here, the hopes and ambitions and dreams of black youth are always crushed by this particular reporter. Brett Shep is who I'm talking about. Is always crushed. They're always trying to investigate something. If it's something good in our community, in our black community, always trying to find something. I really feel like he tries to make sure that our youth do not live out the dreams that they are trying to live out. The laws are wrong. If a child want to go to a school and that school want to accept him, if he's of age and have the grades or whatever it takes, should be able to go. I know that's not the rule right now, but when you got this investigative reporter, we got to come up with something like, we're going to investigate the investigators. What's going on in their lives and find out really what's happening. This is a sad situation. And when we hear about it, you hear it on the surface, oh, no, they done wrong. No, you need to know more about this story. And you might would change your mind about the whole situation. You hear enough about it. 972-647-1893. Nullifer, you say you have something you want to write about, something Jim Schutz wrote about the car wash?
Yeah, the car wash in South Dallas. Let's see, I have it pulled up here. He wrote an article in the Observer. Mm-hmm. And I think he published it on Monday, so it was June 9th, so it happened on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And it says, police barricades blocked the entrance to Davenport's car wash. He witnessed firsthand the Dallas Police Department's new technique to force the owners of the troubled car wash.
This is the car wash at Malcolm X and Martin Luther King?
Davenport's car wash.
Okay.
Is that the one? Mm-hmm. It says, normally on Sunday afternoon, the car wash is a big neighborhood festival jammed with people washing their cars, but when he got there Sunday afternoon, the place was deserted. And let's see here. He says City Hall, Mayor Mike Rawlings has been blunt in describing the car wash as a scary nuisance that frightens people driving down MLK Boulevard from the freeway during the state fair. He's been equally blunt in stating... Wait a minute,
he's just only worried about those people driving down the freeway and there on Martin Luther King during the time of the state fair?
That is what it says.
So he's only worried about white people?
Surely more than just white people drive to the state fair.
No, but I mean, black folks drive up and down there all day long.
Yeah.
So he's not worried about those folks.
He's also been equally blunt in stating that he would like to see a change of ownership of the car wash. So, it Says the mayor's problem is that the owners of the car wash, Freddie and Dale Davenport, don't want to sell. They say the city's efforts to force them to sell are official oppression inspired by political and commercial interests. And in 2005, and this is straight from the story at the Dallas Observer that Jim Schutz wrote, in 2005 and 2006, a state legislative investigative committee dug deep into the Davenports' allegations of official oppression and concluded that they were right. And at that time, Dallas cops were parking squad cars all over the car wash lot, locking them and walking away as a means of shutting down the business. Now, last Sunday, Jim Schutz says he saw the new police methodology for shutting down a private business. When he got there, they had erected plastic barricades all the way around the car wash. A squad of 4 uniformed officers were across the street with two patrol cars, a police pickup, and a trailer full of police dogs. He said they never used the dogs while he was there, though. Occasionally, 1 or 2 additional police vehicles joined them, apparently with supervisory personnel. And he did say it had the desired effect. The car wash, of course, was dead. Only 1 or 2 brave souls straggled on through the sole entryway the cops had left open, is what Jim Schutz said.
Well, now, did it rain last Sunday?
No, I don't think it did. Maybe early, and then not in the afternoon.
It cleared off, yeah. I remember now, so there should have been a lot of customers there.
Mm-hmm. Now, after church, it was clear.
It was clear,
that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Jim does say, though, when he asked one of the sergeants to explain the operation, he threatened repeatedly to arrest him. He told him if he had questions, he should call the chief of police, the city council, or the mayor, and Jim said, of course, that is what he was doing on Monday. So I'll try to find the update on that one. And he says, really, him and the officers looked okay. They looked like good cops that had been ordered to do some dirty work, so they didn't.
He's not laying it on
the cops,
of the people that's carrying this out. Well, the whole situation is bad. I do realize there are a lot of things that, people that are there that are sort of risque, and there are some derelicts. But if the people want to take their cars there, you see some fine cars over there, and get their cars washed. What are other activities that are going on there? If those who are washing the cars are not carrying that activity on, I don't know why. I don't know. They would want to block it, but maybe does it say anything about the neighbors?
It doesn't. No.
Don't like it.
They don't like it?
I don't know. I see jillions of people there every day.
Yeah. I've seen it.
I drive by there every day. I've never been afraid to drive by there, and so I don't know why the mayor is so concerned about people driving to the fair. That's why I said, what is he talking about? That's a dog whistle for white people. It's nothing but a dog whistle. Nilifer, you're going to learn these things. You're going to learn this. You're going to learn this. He's sending a dog whistle. Because black people, Hispanic, brown people drive by there every day. And you drive by, and I don't even think about it when I go by there. And I've never had anybody to try to harass me or anything over there. I don't know what's going on. If the neighbors don't like it, if the neighbors if they're not complaining, it may not be what we call the best of businesses. It may not be, but if they're there trying to go straight, trying to earn them an earnest dollar, I don't see what's wrong unless we take something and improve it. Go there with some job training. That's that would be my thing is, if you can go there and say, tell some of the men that are working there or whoever working there, would you like to learn welding? Would you like to just different jobs you can offer if you want to, affect that situation and change it. But just going there and taking your squad cars and blocking everything off and having people afraid to come in and people can't get out and just harassing them, to me that's unconstitutional. If you're going to block a man's business and he's done no wrong, to me that's unconstitutional. That's wrong. I don't like. I'd love to see something different there and something going on that we might consider more wholesome. I'm sure drugs there, but drugs everywhere. I don't know if prostitution's there or not. I don't know. But something positive can come out of the situation, because if they're there washing those cars, that's work.
Now,
That says they want.
Is it one of the ones where you pay and you wash your own car?
Yes, but it seems like they have people there that will, if you pull in there, you can get one of them to wash your car for you. They're hustling.
Okay, I see.
It's a hustle. It's a hustle. Now, I don't know exactly. I know you do pay. They have the machines where you pay and everything. But it seems like they're hustling. And I don't see anybody that be out there washing cars and everything. Why would you wash cars and sell drugs too? Now, there might be some drug dealers around there. Probably is. But those who are doing the work around there, I just don't see why would you sell drugs and wash cars? If you're going to sell drugs, you sell drugs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I wouldn't get to be slopping in that water if I'm doing something illegal and making money. I really don't see it. I don't see why it's going that direction. So I don't know. Maybe some of you who are familiar with that situation, 972-647-1893, if you're familiar with that situation there on Martin Luther King and Malcolm X there, that car wash there, if you're familiar with some of the homeowners, I know are they doing something about it. I do know. The former city councilman Leo Cheney didn't live far from there, and he used to tell me about it all the time, that he said he wanted to get it shut down, but they couldn't. But I don't know. How do they feel about it? How do people feel about it? Because I've never had any problems. I've never had any problems driving by there. They try to wave you down to wash your car, but I don't know. What is Jim Shute saying? What is his, is he saying that, is this police harassment, or what is he saying?
He says the article ends with, it looked like good cops have been ordered to do some dirty work, but dirty is the word, down and dirty. Mm-hmm. It says, did you even know stuff like this went on in Dallas, only on MLK, where they think no one's watching? All
right, let's see what the callers have to say. All righty. 972-647-1893. All right, just put them on. All right. All right. Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
Okay, I got it down, sir.
Yes,
look.
Yes, go right ahead.
I want to talk about this city council, about this car wash in South Dallas.
Yes,
Okay, look, that's crazy. I don't think they should be able to shut our car wash down, because if you think about it, that's the only place that Mexicans and Blazers got a place to go on Sunday. If they give us a place to go on Sundays and study this car wash, then we wouldn't have to go there and wash our car there.
Well, now, is this more than just a car wash? Is this a gathering? Please cut your radio down. Please cut it down. Listen to your phone. Please.
Okay, I got it down.
All right. Is this more than just a car wash? Is this a gathering place where people come together and have a good time, or what's going on?
Yes, sir. This is where people come together and have a good time and show off their pretty cars. Like the car show. A lot of people don't have money to go to the car show. They have their own car show down Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
And I see a lot of people down 2nd Avenue, down in that area. They seem to have different places there. People gather showing their cars, their motorcycles, and different things like that.
Yes, sir.
So you're saying this is just a gathering, and do you feel like the police is harassing?
Yes, sir. We feel like they harass us every Sunday that we go down there. I feel like they shouldn't even be able to barricade the car wash like that.
Do you see a lot of wrong going on down there?
No, I just see people out there making money. I don't see nothing wrong with the hustle of them washing our cars. Then I would rather for them to be standing there washing our cars than to be on the corner asking me for my money.
So they're hustling, and which I could tell that it's a hustle, and they're making money. So what's the problem?
The problem is that the police don't want to see us have fun. They want us to just be bored in life. They don't want to see us do nothing, like we just gonna cause problems, and that don't even be the case. We just want to have fun. I'm 25. I'm still young, so I know what they're going through.
Were you there last Sunday when it was barricaded?
No, ma'am. I see it all across my Facebook page. I had a friend to tag me in.
Oh, wow.
You had a friend to take you in?
To tag me in on Facebook.
Okay, and they showed you what was happening. They said what was happening down there with the barricade.
Yes, because I was born and raised in South Dallas, so I watched this car wash for 25 years of my life, and it would like really tear me apart to see them turn our car wash down like that.
Wow. Okay, well, thank you for your call. Yeah. All right, we thank you for your call.
Okay, thank you.
All right. No, we're up against the short break. We're going to the 8 o'clock hour. We'll come back and discuss that. Like I say, you never know who listened to Church Information Open Forum. We had somebody right there that's familiar with the situation. I see them there, and I see all up and down 2nd Avenues on Sundays and Saturdays, too, and park down there. I think that's what's at Lego or whatever park that is now. People everywhere having a good time. Mm-hmm. But I see police sitting around watching, and you see this on Ledbetter also. We'll talk about it. Let's take a short break, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back for hour number 2 on Church Information and Open Forum. And you can reach us at 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893 is the number to call us. We're talking about right now that car wash. Robert Petrie, give me a call. There's something I want to ask you. Something I got. I need you to call me on. And those of you who know about it, because I've noticed, seem like I know they be acting crazy sometime down there on Ledbetter. But at the same time, I know it seems like, do they harass the police? Are they harassing you down on Ledbetter also? And then there's up and down 2nd Avenue, and there the car wash on Martin Luther King. Is America still fearful of black people coming together, even when they coming together just to have a good time and laugh and, just have a nice time and sit out and, seems like I see families out there. I see people out there all down X-Line Park. That's not X-Line. That's Lego. All down through there, people having a good time. But I see the police look like everywhere I look, police have them jacked up somewhere. And it seems like harassment to me. Maybe I'm wrong on this. I'm not going to tell y'all I'm in on this and have investigated. I don't know. Reverend Wright, you also call me back. See if you know something. I've gotten word on things like this, because it's good for people to come together and have a good time. I never hear of any problems or any trouble. It might be, but they certainly don't report it. And anytime we are like gathering and something happening, they definitely would report it. So I really want to know, is there harassment? Because I certainly believe it's going to be jillions of people out there tomorrow. And maybe Petrie and Ron, y'all give me a call. There's something I want from both of y'all on this. Bring me on Octavia on line 2. All righty. Good morning, Octavia.
Good morning.
Fine. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine, sir. How you doing this morning?
Fine. Mm-hmm. Go right ahead.
We talking about these police on Ledbetter. Oh, we need to do something. We need to start a movement about these black officers. I'm talking about they harass our young women so much because we don't want to give our phone numbers to them, get trespassing tickets, all that. They just be up and down Ledbetter from Glendale all the way to the Oasis, just harassing people. Young women, that's it.
Is that right?
Yes, it be mainly young women and young men. You hardly ever see them bothering the older people.
Okay, what do y'all be doing for them to bother you?
You got these young people out here smoking K2, and they just put it out there like we all do the same thing. That ain't even for everybody.
What is K2?
This new drug that they so-called to be smoking out here, I guess.
It's synthetic marijuana.
Is that synthetic? Oh, is that marijuana. The one they bust, what's the gas pipe about? The
gas pipe got busted big time, yeah, for making it.
Yeah. Okay, could you cut your radio down? So, in other words, the police... Please cut your radio... Well, hello?
Yes?
Yeah. Is that... they just out there just messing with y'all, huh?
Yes, they just be out there messing with people, just harassing people for their telephone numbers just because we young and don't want to be with them.
So the police harass you?
Yes, on Ledbetter.
Well, we're going to have to check into this. And you said, is mostly black officers doing this?
Yes, sir. Mostly black officers on Ledbetter.
All right. Well, we're going to check into it. We're going to have to look at that. I don't care if they're black or white or brown or red or yellow, whatever. If they are mistreating the citizens out there, something needs to be done. And Chief Brown, we need to sit down and talk with Chief Brown about what's going on, because I have passed through there and I'd see, God knows how many squad cars and having people all pulled over. And I was wondering, is everybody acting up out here and going on? You would think it was a riot. There'd be so many police cars, but and
they sit at a store on Ledbetter called Gold Store. You can't even go to Gold Store and really basically be comfortable and walk in the store without the police harassing you.
Okay. All righty. And I thank you for your information. All right.
Okay. Thank you for having me on the radio.
All right. Thank you. All right. The closing line, 972-647-1893. Bring me Reverend Wright back. Let me check with him on something. Good morning, Rev.
Good morning, Pastor.
Had you heard anything about this?
Well, I know about the Martin Luther King situation, and like you said, over on at Lego Park. But this is an area that back in the day we had parks. We all would go to Glendale or wherever we would go.
Well, they still doing this down there at Glendale.
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, there's no parks in the southern area for these people to go to and feel comfortable in. And so they created their own little park there. And as long as there's not drugs being sold or anything of that nature, and there's been nonviolence, I don't see a problem with it. But at the end of the day, we got to hold our elected officials responsible for that. They just told me 2 weeks ago that, and I didn't hear it, but they're going to send it to me, that Carolyn Davis said that the police is doing a great job. And that we're our own worst enemy, which where she got that from, I don't know. But in her district, more unarmed people have been killed by Dallas police than any other district. And for her to say that, she was out of line in saying that. So now it comes up to a point where we got to start holding our elected officials accountable for what we do. In this young generation, the way you want to get back at what's happening is start to be in a voice and going to these polls and voting and voting people in. Yeah, I heard about what happened on Martin Luther King Boulevard. And, you know, I used to work 2 doors right down from that car wash. Never was a problem. People come in there and get their little, the police would do some raid. I saw that, but I mean, that community.
What would they be raiding? What are they doing?
I don't know if they were assuming that some of the people were selling drugs on the property. I know the apartment, the car lot owner, there were cameras placed on the car lot to make sure that he was covered. There were cameras placed across the street from the car lot. I mean, from the car wash. And so they had plenty avenues of if there was drugs being sold. And the people in the community knew the cameras were there. So it's not like, you know, they didn't know the cameras were there. A lot of those people go there every day and just check.
You got a lot of businesses, and you've got sororities and lawyers' offices, everything right down the street from that car wash. Are they raising sin? Or you have
never heard them say anything about it. Like I said, most of those people are brothers and sisters that are hustling. They're out there washing those cars, trying to make a little money. They can't do it on those properties because a lot of the property owners say, no, you can't come on my property and wash cars. But the car wash is right down the street, and most of them are over there hustling, trying to make them a little money. There's no jobs in that community. You know, that was the area that was infested with crack.
Well, now, that's what I've noticed about it. You know, it's no jobs over there.
Yeah, there's no jobs, so what do you expect the people to do? And the young lady made a very valid point. I would rather see them out here hustling, washing cars, than to be on the corner selling dope or breaking in somebody's house. But they are out there trying, and that's the neighborhood group that's over there trying to wash and clean up cars just to make them some change.
Okay.
You know, Pastor, that was the area that was infested by crack cocaine. And not
we're going to have to meet with the police chief, and we need to meet with Carolyn Davis. And I don't know who's over that area, Glendale Park. I don't know who.
Chanel Atkins and Dwayne Caraway.
They over that area? Okay, we're going to talk with him. I know Miss Caraway don't like to talk to me, but he going to have to quit being a coward and start talking to me.
We're going to get somebody else to call and set up those appointments, because chances are they're not going to want to respond to you or me.
All right, yeah. They quit being cowards and talk to me. All right, okay. All right. Thank you.
Tell those kids if they got a problem with police, harassing them to call Justice Seekers Texas, and we'll investigate. But they need to get the police
give them Justice Seekers Texas number.
214-779-3549. That's 214-779-3549. And if that's the case and you're making a claim that the police is trying to harass you because you won't give them a telephone number, get the car number and the badge number and give us a call.
All righty. Okay, thank you. All right, that clears the line, 972-647-1893. Let's go to anonymous female on line 3. All righty. Good morning. You on KNON?
Yes, I was calling. I said that it need to be shut down.
Okay.
And the reason why I said it need to be shut down is because there is a cover-up when they're doing in the car wash. Is a cover-up because they gather around and selling drugs, having loud music, and next thing you know, they be in a scuffle and fight. It need to be shut down because of the senior citizens and other people, all the gathering. I remember when we was at Ledbetter, and people would come in, and K104 would come in. We had a nice time. But now with the young people, the way they are now, and they gather, it's a cover-up. Drugs is taking over.
Okay, now, you used to be in both places, both Ledbetter and over there on Martin Luther King?
Yeah, I used to go over there and
that's when you were younger, right? That's when you were younger, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You've gotten older, you don't like it anymore.
Cars or whatever, you deny. But now with all these young people, with all these cars and stuff, and the next thing you know, it's shooting going on. That's just even like with the Estelle's apartment. It's shooting going on. And they hang out. Mm-hmm. It's not like we've come when we came up.
Well, you know what? I heard that when we were young, the older people used to criticize us. Said we were just we were nothing but a bunch of rebels out there with them big old afros and them high heel shoes, and they talked about us too.
But we didn't have all that fighting and stuff. It was tough.
We did. Yeah, we had some fights and it's. You know, I don't know really what's going on. I hear your side of it. That's why I want you to know. How do the homeowners or people in that area feel? But we are of a certain generation.
So scary. When you're driving through Martin Luther King, it's so scary because all of them hanging out. They use the car washes as a scapegoat and selling drugs up under.
Mm-hmm. You think that's new?
Yeah.
That's new.
And the police.
Believe me, they did it when I was 25 and 20, and they did it. We did it all then. I'm not saying that's right, and I'm not justifying it, but I see a generational thing also. But if you are a homeowner and if you live in that area and you don't want it there, well, maybe you are justified in telling them to shut it down. I don't know, because I really don't know all that's going on in there. I'm sure there's some drug sales. Yeah, probably so, but that's happening everywhere.
Yeah, it's happening everywhere.
It ain't nowhere where there aren't drugs being sold. There's nowhere.
Yes, it is.
I see them selling drugs off at church steps.
Now.
Okay.
It's so in the opening now. They don't care. It's in the opening.
Okay. All right, I got you. There's one who said they need to shut it down. Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your call. All righty. 972-647-1893. Who do we have? Doc on line 1. All righty. Let's go to Doc and see what he has to say.
Yes, Colonel Barnett.
Yes. How are you?
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to say that over there on Martin Luther King, I don't think those people are doing anything. No more than if some guys are washing cars and then other people wash their cars.
Let me tell you something. It just come back to me. In the early 70s, I lived on Carlisle Street. That's over there at Cedar Springs and Lemon area, all along in there, Hall Street North. This is uptown now. We all used to party there in Lee Park. And it was a mixed crowd. A lot of whites, a lot of blacks, everybody. Right?
Yeah,
but they you talking about opening sold drugs? They did it out there. Yeah. God have mercy.
But when they see a lot of blacks congregating,
now
they get scared.
Now you see, that's where I was headed.
And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, do you remember Comanche Crossing?
Yes.
Where those guys got drowned. I never did find out what they did.
Well, that's what broke Comanche Crossing up. That killed that Juneteenth celebration was when those young men were drowned by the police. That really, when that boat tilted over and the young man was handcuffed behind them, and they drowned.
And a lot of people quit going down there because of that.
Yeah, they killed that celebration.
But I think whenever they see a lot of blacks congregating, they get scared. They say, well, they doing something wrong. But so far, they haven't said anything, or they haven't been in the news about any drugs. I think it's just mostly they see a lot of us congregating.
Yeah. Well, I see a lot of people up and down 2nd Avenue, all over in that area. It was at Lego Park, and you know, all I see them doing is having a good time. I never hear of it. Do you hear about shootings and stuff over there?
No. And until they do something wrong, those guys are just there watching cars and talking to each other.
All right.
They're just having a good time.
Okay. All right. I thank you for your call and comment.
All right.
Thank you. All right, 972-647-1893 is the number to call. I'm up against a short break. 972-647-1893. We'll be right back. All right, we're back on Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion, Barnett, your host. Nilla First Producing. And you can reach us at 972-647-1893. You might be for shutting these places down. You might be for ending the celebrations and the activities there on Glendale Park area. They are up and down 2nd Avenue over there on Martin Luther King. Maybe you know something we don't know, but I see black people coming together. And whenever black people come together, just like Doc said, the powers that be gets nervous. Although you're doing nothing but shooting the breeze and laying back, you might be having yourself a beer or whatever and just having a good time. The powers that be gets nervous. It's all of a sudden it becomes an unlawful assembly. You know, why is it we can't get together and have a nice time? Why is it? 972-647-1893. This is obviously something y'all want to talk about. Every line we got is jammed. All right.
Mr. Petrie called in.
Robert called? Bring him on. Bring Robert on. And the rest of you callers, just hold on. I'll come to you. I wanted to talk to Robert. Robert is familiar with South Dallas, and he's familiar with things that go on. There's nothing going on in South Dallas that Robert don't know about. Robert, you there?
Yes, sir.
What's with the South Dallas situation, the car wash and up and down 2nd Avenue, all of that? What's going on there? Is something I don't know?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Robert. Wait a minute.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, what's going on?
Picking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
What's going on with the car wash and up and down 2nd Avenue on the weekend celebrations over there? Is something going on we don't know about? Why is it so much, seemingly a lot of police harassment over there? What's going on?
Well, it's time for the power structure to get possession of South Dallas. I mean, South Dallas, the value is it's time for them to get possession. And they have allowed the car wash to keep people from coming into South Dallas. People say, I ain't going over there because, car wash, they ain't doing nothing selling drugs. And we're not going to go over there no more. And people are not coming like they used to. People that own property, that sold their parents' property, and they have no reason to come to South Dallas. But see, South Dallas is one of the most valuable parts of the city of Dallas right now because of the Fair Park and opportunities with the North Rail line in. So they're ready to develop South Dallas.
Is that why so many police be up and down 2nd Avenue and over at the car wash? Is that? It's
time. The time has come for them to get possession of that land and develop South Dallas.
Okay, so they're going to use this to demonize it, to drive the value of the property down and everything. So
they've already done that. They've already done that.
They've driven the price of the property down.
Right.
Property in the average lot in South Dallas is selling how much per square foot?
Well, you probably from $2.50 to $5 a foot.
Is that all?
Right. Just like the Thomason Hall area. When they did the Thomason Hall area the same way. But now the Thomason Hall area is the most valuable real estate in Dallas.
That's uptown.
Like
$250
a foot.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you have blacks just go to Fair Park just for the Grambling Prairie View game and the fair.
Mm-hmm.
They have activities out at the fair that white people come from all over the city to enjoy.
Now that seems to be the people that the mayor is interested in protecting.
Right.
But he doesn't seem to be in. If it's so bad, if it's that terrible, it would be harmful for the regular, everyday citizens that's there every day. Would you not think?
Yeah, but I mean that's not their concern. The deal is get the property value as low as possible, where the developers could come in. The same thing they're doing with around UNT Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing is get possession of land, and they doing it by keeping basic infrastructure away from the landowners. When you build a new road and you forget as a city to put basic infrastructure in the road, like sewer, something is wrong with your public works department, and your intentions is to take possession of that land and keep the values down.
Yeah. All righty. Well, thank you, Robert. Thank you for calling. All righty. Okay. All right. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Skipper. Let's try Skipper on line 2. All righty. Skipper?
Yes, sir.
Go right ahead.
He hit it right on the head.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of control, and that's exactly what they want to do. Control, take over South Dallas. And, for the property value and stuff, they can say what they want to say.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you what they want you to know or what they want you to believe.
Right.
But it's just a matter of control.
So you think all this police harassment is about really demonizing the situation? Or what's going on with the police harassing these people that's out there having a good time? That's
all it is. That's all it is. It's when we come together, they fear, and that's all it is. It's a matter of control. That's just like they got now the car wash on 2nd Avenue. They got a camera up there,
Mm-hmm.
It's pointed right at the car wash,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see it from the street.
Mm-hmm.
And these people they tell you what they want you to believe,
Mm-hmm.
and you can believe what they say, if you want to. But it's just a matter of control. They want South Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't no fighting and no crime going on over there.
Yeah, I don't ever see them hear anything about any fighting and any crime. I see a lot of people out there. I mean, they are by the thousands.
And they're gonna tell you what they want you to know. These people keep the car wash clean when they finish with it. Both of them. And it just it's just a matter of control. Dallas needs to wake up and open their eyes and see what's happening.
Okay.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Bring me Willie on line 1. All righty. Yeah. All righty. Good morning, Willie.
Good morning, Reverend Barnett. I'm enjoying your show this morning.
Thank you.
And I live out in the Pleasant Grove area,
Mm-hmm.
and I live close to a car wash.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing hang out there but Spanish people, and you never see the police bother them. Why don't we as black people in this city wake up? I worked the White Rock Lake Park for 28 years,
Mm-hmm.
and They have those soccer games, softball games. All those Mexicans be out there drinking beer all over the place, and police just pass by there and ignore it. But if they see 3 or 4 of us black people together in the parking lot, here they come mess with it. Why don't black people stick together? Mexicans stick together. They scared of Mexicans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, in other words, this looks like a harassment of African Americans here.
It definitely is. Anybody can't see this. It's either blind, cripple, or crazy.
Mm-hmm. I noticed, we leave church and sometime I come up 2nd Avenue and I be going to one of the restaurants to get some dinner after church, and I see all these thousands of people, and but I see police cars look like, man, you would think a ride bigger than Watts or anywhere else was going on, because it seemed like police cars everywhere, and I'm wondering what's going on. So
there's really nothing going on. People just having a good time. That's all it is. I never seen no violence.
Yeah, well, I've never seen it over there, and and believe me, if it was violence, they definitely would report it on the radio. I mean, on the television.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. 972-647-1893. Let's try Bernice on line 4. All righty.
Good morning, Pastor.
Good morning, Bernice. Mm-hmm.
This is something I'm just kind of like just riding on coattail on the previous caller about the empowerment. I think that if we had more people who have in the black community who have the knowledge and the capital to help rebuild these areas where they think there's a so-called high crime rate, we can start having ownership. This is all about economics. This is not about this. This is all about economics and the bottom line and our civil rights being violated. And when we start empowering ourselves about the legal stands on what we can or can't do, then we'll be in a better position rather than focusing just on the surface stuff, the fruit of, we have law enforcement. Well, we need law enforcement to protect us.
Yeah, but not harass us. We need them to protect us, but not harass us. And and it seems like what I had noticed, it seems like they harass. They take those squad cars and drive up to a group of people real fast and stop. I've seen them do that.
Right.
And jump out, and I don't know.
Well, that's why I think that, now this is just my suggestion. I would like to say to the people who live in those communities, I live out here in Irving, so I really don't know a lot. But I do know that when we start coming together and going down to these places where they have meetings like City Hall and make our voices known at, those first 3 minutes at the at City Hall and just voice your and be intelligent, be articulate, and get to the point. And that way we can start letting them know that we understand your concern, but we want to let you know we have some concerns and we want to address those needs. And I really want to really say that people with money do have a lot of influence, but we got a lot of money in our communities too, but we just have not used it properly in a lot of places.
Are you familiar with Mr. Robert Petrie that calls here all the time and to be on this show sometime? You have hosted it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes,
he
sir.
talks about lending institutions all the time. He talks about how they fail to loan African-American entrepreneurs money. They will not allow them loans, even when they have the collateral, everything, good credit. They still will not loan money to African-Americans to do businesses, especially in certain communities. That's one of the problems. Getting the money, getting the loans to do what needs to be done. I was listening to an interview the other day with Magic Johnson. Magic said that when he first started doing his business right after his retirement from the NBA, he would go to banks And the banks, officers, everybody wanted to go to dinner with him. They wanted to be seen with him, to get photographs with him. Everybody just so glad to see him in the bank. But when it came down to the nitty-gritty, when he would ask for the loans, they would tell Magic Johnson no. The reason why he's so successful today, he said, he just went on and took a chance and used his own money to develop the empire that he has today. So even if you got someone as rich and famous as Magic Johnson and they will not lend you money, what do you think about just the average everyday person that's gone to work and done well and saved their money to try to build up collateral and different things to get loans, and they tell them no? This is why our community is so blighted. We have to understand, we don't hardly have no politicians. Nobody is addressing these lending institutions.
Well, the thing is, Pastor, this is something I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Those banks or credit unions that are not putting money back into our communities by investing in us, and when we want a service and they tell us no, we're going to have to start saying no to them and find a community credit union or a smaller bank that will, or go online. There's also other lending opportunities online. There are places around the country. We're not limited to just Dallas anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So they tend to forget that they think that we are just limited to Dallas or in our community. Mm-hmm. We can go online, and there are different programs, small loans. Now, this is not no gigantic, but small loans to get us back into the stream of wealth building and generational wealth building. And that's what we can do. And we can also talk to the churches. I mean, the churches are the most successful businesses in our community when you really look at it, those that are flourishing. We can have workshops, and they don't have to be costing an arm and a leg, to help people. That's what we're supposed to be about in the church. We're supposed to be helping the poor and the needy and the fatherless and the widow. So we're supposed to be doing those things. So we can bring our money together and work on what we do have, so that we're not always depending on those who don't want our services. But I also say we don't have to take our money. We can take our money out the banks and put it to places where people will appreciate, and it's a two-way street, not a one-way street.
All righty. We thank you, and I agree with you. All righty. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Let's go to line 2 and welcome on Dr. Travis Edwards. Good morning, Dr. Edwards.
Hey, Reverend Barnett, how you doing?
Man, look here. I have been trying to get back with you. Because I had something real important to tell you about a meeting that I got for you.
Okay.
I got the thing set up for you.
I want you to go back in time to 1989 just quickly.
Uh-huh.
There were two people who went out and protested against Parkland putting all the clinics in the poor neighborhoods. And who were those people?
That was you and I.
Okay, two people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look at this very carefully. What Robert Petrie has told you, and what the bottom line is, that if the city wants something, let's say this time they want land in South Dallas, what they do is they bring in the criminal aspect of it, have everybody with a record. Everybody can't get together. What a lot of people don't really understand is that when they use the criminal justice system, which is often used to manipulate and get what a city wants, they then criminalize the leader or several other leaders, and you can't really come together. That's one of the tools that's used. Now let's go back to medicine, for instance. What did they do to me in the Oak Cliff area? They wanted that area,
right?
So what do? They criminalize me so that the people will run away from me, and we can't come together, where students at Kimball and Carter could come to my clinic, work after school, or work through there. So there's a system, there's an infrastructure, a racist infrastructure, institutional racism. That's what's called institutional racism, where they have an institution by which they can actually control. Now, did you know, Reverend Barnett, that in 75216 in Dallas, It is the most diabetic infested zip code in Dallas, and there is not one single family practitioner internist in 75216.
Well, back to what you said, when they put that clinic out there, I know people literally say, oh, that Blue Flowers is something that it's part of Parkland out there. Here's what people don't understand. Instead of putting in the clinic, they should have given vouchers to people, let them go choose their own
primary doctor.
And I think we had counted up to about 20 or 29 doctors. I've forgotten what the number was. That was put out of business because they put that clinic there when they could have given vouchers to the people and let them choose their own primary doctor, which would know you, know your case, could give you better health care. But instead of going to that clinic, you almost see a different physician every time.
Well, and the clinic can't. That's not a neighborhood clinic. Neighborhood clinics, as we knew back in the 1900s and coming up, those clinics, the board of directors were ran by people in that community. Who was on the board, who set the policies and what they were going to do for the summer, what they were going to do for the kids. That's a neighborhood clinic. The students over at South Oak Cliffs don't get a chance to come over there and look and see what it is to become a doctor or in the messing with the business and that kind of thing. The aspect of it. I'm just trying to I wanted you to and the listeners' audience to understand, if they want the doctors out of Oak Cliff, they criminalize them.
Yeah.
Okay. And so once you criminalize,
we do know that had they really found anything on you, you'd been under the jail. Because they didn't like the idea you were making those house calls and different things like that. They just wanted to ruin your practice, and they tried their best to do that. And but you still land on your feet, and you still gonna win this case against them. Look here, I'm up against a short break. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you. We're in 972-647-1893. We'll be right back. All right. We're back on Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host, and Nilifer is producing. And I tell you what, let's go to line one and say good morning to, was that Al? Al on line one? All right.
Hey, Barnett, how are you?
Fine. How are you, Al?
All right, again. I'm out of South Dallas. I lived on Knon Avenue, off of 2nd Avenue.
Right,
where the railroad track splits Dixon Circle and neighborhood runs up to Pearl C. Anderson.
Right.
Anyway, Reverend Barnett, the city wants that land from Dixon Circle on to Fair Park. And my problem is all these black city councilmen and the whole lot that we voted for, they're just sitting there on their little Uncle Tom butts and letting this go on, right? They're right there and not doing anything, Reverend. And we voted for those clowns.
Well, that's one of my biggest problems with this whole situation is that we tend to vote for people who work against us. And we've got a council there that has not worked very well in our favor. I thought Dwayne was going to do a whole lot of different things, and he has the opportunity. He had the opportunity to be mayor of this town, and I thought he was on his way. I was supporting him. But once you start doing things that's hurting your people, it's hard for me to trust you. It's hard for me to trust you.
Exactly.
Right ahead. Go right. So we need to make sure. We need to make sure you got all of this council is going to be gone by when? Next May? We got to make sure you put the right people in there. We got a school board election that's coming up here on when? Next Saturday? On the 21st. We got an opportunity to put somebody in there that's on our side, and we got to have an opportunity to put somebody in there that we know going to work against us. You have an opportunity. And hopefully those in District 6, where Joyce Foreman is running, and she's running against, oh, God, I can't think of the woman's name. Oh, I've never seen her working in the community. It'll come to me. But you have an opportunity to put somebody in there that's going to work in your behalf. So, people, next Saturday, 21st, you'll be going to the polls.
Bishop, I'm going to be there. And also, I'm going to let you go on saying this. You know, my mom is 85 years old. She still lives on Cawthorn.
Okay.
And we've been trying to, we're her children. We're trying to get her to come move with us, but She is steadfast. She is feisty. You wouldn't know she's 85 years old, but she stays on that city. Keep those lots cut on that street of ours.
Right. Well, that's the kind of activism we need in our community. Keep your community clean and presentable. Don't let them drive the value of your property down, because they'll allow it to erode. Then they'll tell certain developers, the good old boys, where that you can go and get your lot for little or nothing. And that's the way they work. That's the way they do things.
Oh, Bishop, thank you for saying that. Mm-hmm. Black people, keep your neighborhoods clean.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's just a lawnmower, a blower, and an edger.
All righty. And we thank you for your call.
All right, preacher.
That clears the line, 972-647-1893. Let's say good morning to James on line 3. All righty. Good morning, James.
Yes, good morning, Reverend Barnett. I appreciate your sacrifices always.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day to all fathers, to you especially.
Thank you.
Dr. Edwards and the sister that was before him, all of y'all sermons need to be preached tomorrow throughout the church pulpit throughout America, really. I appreciate all what you said, and Dr. Edwards was right on it, because that's happening to me down here. They target me and try to discredit me and try to take the whole community down behind me as an agitator or whatever, but I clean the laundry better. But Reverend Barnett, as far as those city ordinances and permits on the car washes and all, it's up to those property owners that, as long as they are obeying the city ordinances and wherever the police have noise ordinances and things like that. But the property owners should be able to control their own property and can conduct what goes on in there and not.
To my own personal opinion, I don't live over there, and those who live in that area, they have the say-so. But I do know they have problems when too many African Americans get together.
Yes, sir. They do. We conspiring to create a riot, or we getting ready to try to kill some white folks in their mind. But they forgot we never tried to make them slaves. We the ones should be angry, like they calling the white boys talking about he got a foreign problem. We got a race trying to make us a slavery problem. We all have a mentality where we ought to be wanting to kill white folks, but trying to make us slaves. That's the mentality worry we always have when we think about it.
Well, he knows that a man soweth, he shall also reap it, and he believes that.
Yes, sir.
And he fears the ones he's done wrong to, and black folks ain't even thinking about nothing like that. They're thinking about having a good time, but they fear us.
We loving and forgiving people. We more closer to Jesus and God, thinking and forgiving people than most anybody. One other thing, they're still trying to get rid of the chief of police, and I'm going to a meeting this morning with some more people in the community that are concerned. But if you go on the Channel 7 TV, they got a little red box on there. And last week and all, you'll see how we did pack the council chambers and all, but people are going to have to come back because they're going to meet Monday, and they're going to try to terminate him. But we're going to meet today to try to get some things together, because it's bad. And I told them at the meeting they didn't want a black city manager. You may know this guy named Shea Apaye from up there by Fort Worth. Very brilliant young man, educated. They didn't want him. They put it in the paper. This city is not ready for a black city manager. That's when I was working for the city. I wound up suing them for race discrimination and civil rights violation. And then later,
you're talking about the city of Palestine, right?
Yes, sir. That's correct. They pressed me and tried to discredit me, but I fought them back, and I was still able to work there while I sued them. But the thing is, with this black chief of police trying to communicate, because the Department of Justice had been here and some other things to get this community back together, because we had a guy named Larry Couture that worked for that Southwest Medical Center up here in Dallas. He was under investigation for racially profiling young black professional doctors and all up there. The city of Palestine goes and hires this guy without doing a background check and bring him down here to quell racial contention. And here it is, while he's on duty down here as a chief, he allows a 30-year white police officer to write a racist email downplaying President Barack Obama. And that racist email, which I'm going to bring back up today, says, after all the election hoopla and everything, he said, you know what it wound up being? Just another black family living in government housing. That's what he said about the commander-in-chief, the President of the United States of America. And they got away with this so far. But I'm still pressing that. Yes, sir. We appreciate everything you do, and if we need to give you a call on some information, we appreciate. Thank you.
All right. You stay on top of it.
Yes,
All
I
right.
sure will.
That clears the line. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Let's go to line 2 and say good morning to Zipporah. All righty?
Good morning, Dad.
Good morning, sugar. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing well.
Yes,
I was
good.
just calling in this morning. I know you guys are on a different topic, a different subject, but I just wanted to call in and wish you a happy Father's Day.
Okay, thank you, darling. Thank you.
And I love you and appreciate all that you've done for us, for me and my siblings, and how you raised us and everything. Mm-hmm. You are a good father. You're a great father.
Thank you,
and
darling.
I just want everybody to know that.
All righty. Thank you, darling. Y'all didn't think so when y'all were growing up.
No, we didn't. but we do now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, darling. Thank you very much. All right.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, darling. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. Let's go to Reverend Crenshaw on line 4. All righty?
Good morning.
Good morning, Reverend Crenshaw.
From Barnett.
Good morning.
Your daughter seemed to be named after Rule's daughter, the father-in-law of
Moses. This was Moses' wife, Zipporah. Right. That's who I named after the wife of Moses. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right, the Ethiopian woman.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a racial thing, it was a religious thing, spiritual. She was married too.
Well, they all were black, so no, it was not racist. Yeah, they all were black.
That's why Miriam and the brother to Moses too.
Aaron. You're talking about Aaron, yeah. And Miriam had leprosy and was changed over to white, according to the Bible. And this was, they put, she had to stay at the camp 7 days, although God did redeem her and forgive her. Right. He still made her stay out 7 days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry I said that about Brett Shipp, but he's an investigative reporter, yes.
Mm-hmm. But who do you investigate and what's your motives? Well, you can tell the motives because of whom he always investigates and who he comes down on.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I just don't know. I don't know his background.
Well, I've watched him over the years, and the hopes and ambitions and dreams of black children he tries to kill. He even didn't even like Royce Rest getting scholarship for those who finished in the top 10 in their class and all different everything that black children has tried to do good. He's against, and I don't like it.
Okay, you know the reason why is because the educational system in our country is run just like the penal system.
Mm-hmm.
They're creating education deficient zombies.
Right.
A cadre of them.
Mm-hmm.
Clean across the board. And you know, like the little kids coming in from Mexico, they put the RFID chips in them.
Right.
All that kind of stuff is going on.
Yeah, well, we have some everything. I got my job line right before me. I'm just about out of time,
okay.
but thank you, Reverend Crenshaw. Let's get our job line in and try to get some more calls after that. So y'all hang on. We'll see if we can. Like I said, good morning to Mr. Greg Barber. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Reverend Barnett.
Fine. How are things going?
It's going fine, Are
there any jobs out there?
There are some jobs out here this morning on the SAT job line. That's Solutions and Access Today job line, brought to you every Saturday morning during church information and open forum here on Knon 89.3, the voice of the people. This morning on the job line, we have Ready Ice that's looking for customer service representatives. They're asking you to apply online at www.readyice, that's REDDYICE.com/join-LIST. Once again, that's Ready Ice is looking for customer service representatives. They're asking you to apply online at www.readyice, that's REDDYICE.com/JOIN-LIST. ACE Supplies looking for warehouse representatives. They're asking you to email your resume to HR at acesacsupply.com. Once again, that's ACES, ACES, AC Supply. You're looking for warehouse representatives. They're asking you to email your resume to HR at ACESACSupply, SUPPLY.com. QuiltCraft is looking for customer service coordinator. They're asking you to apply online at www.quiltcraft.com. Once again, that's QuiltCraft is looking for customer service coordinator. They're asking you to apply online at www.QuiltCraft.com. Coverall is looking for customer service representative. They're asking you to apply online at www.coverall.com. Once again, that's Coverall is looking for a customer service representative. They're asking you to apply online at www.coverall.com. If you are a child-loving, patient, and energetic individual and would like to work in a daycare setting, the number for inquiry is 972-290-4995. Once again, if you are a child-loving, patient, and energetic individual and would like to work in a daycare setting, the number for inquiry is 972-290-4995. If you are a person affected by addiction and need assistance with your recovery efforts, or an ex-offender trying to make their transition back into mainstream society and need assistance with job search, the number for inquiry is 214-634-2722. Once again, if you are a person affected by addiction and need assistance with your recovery efforts, or an ex-offender trying to make the transition back into mainstream society and needs assistance with job search, the number for inquiry is 214-634-2722. Today is a good day if you're looking for a job to find one. Let me repeat that. Today is a good day if you're looking for a job to find one. Today is also a great day, and every day is a great day to give recognition, honor, and love to all of the fathers, mothers, all of those that are nurturing and caring for you. Today and every day is a great day to honor, respect, and give recognition to those folks. In the words of the Winston, if you got somebody playing that role in your life, if you're making a picture, you color that man father. And when you color him father, what you're actually doing is coloring him love. And that brings our SAT job line to a close.
Thank you, Greg. Mr. Greg Barber, great job as always. Thank you.
One
Greg.
other thing, Reverend Barnett, I'd like to say Happy Father's Day to all those fathers I know, including my own father, who God has blessed us with his golden moments to roll on.
Yeah.
To say Happy Father's Day to Opus Barber and all of those fathers that I know, and to you, Reverend Barnett.
Thank you. Tell your father I said Happy Father's Day. Tell him he's a great soul. All righty. Thank you. I guess we completely out of time. I'm sorry, those who are hanging on the line. We just couldn't get you in. Can't get you in. Not enough time. But thank you for calling. Thank you for listening. I'm the senior pastor of Heavenly Joy Church. You're located at Bruton and Masters. Come by and see us. And may the Lord bless you and keep you. You have a wonderful, wonderful Father's Day and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Y'all, thank you, Nilla, for producing. And we just got to say bye-bye.
KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to KNON.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.